Alright, we're back, and hopefully the stream should be better for you guys now. Let me know if it's alright. We tweaked a couple of the settings and it all looks good on my end, so let me know if it's any better and we can continue. Okay, so as I was saying, when the player steps onto this block, a body velocity will be inserted into their player, and then they will float all the way up here, and they have to jump onto this next block, and then they'll float all the way up onto the next one, and then they'll fall onto here. So we need to script this so that the body velocity is in the player. So we need to insert a script, so we're going to right click on the part, go to insert object and click on script. I know you won't be able to see this, but it's a Roblox, you'll be able to see it on your Roblox studio. You can also insert a script by clicking on the plus here. So what we want to do is we want to have an event which will run when the player has touched the part. So to do this, we're going to say script.parent, because the parent of the script is the part, and then we can say .touched. So when they've touched the block, we can say connect, open bracket, function, open bracket, close bracket, and drop a line. And we want to make sure that this end has been added in for us. So any code which goes in between these two lines will run when the player touches the block. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to insert that body velocity into the player's humanoid root part. Now that's the part which is situated inside the player, and when the body velocity has gone inside of there, we can make the player move upwards, because all of their body parts are connected to that root part. So to insert the body velocity, we can just say local body velocity. You can call this whatever you want, but I'm just going to call it body velocity, equals instance .new open bracket, close bracket, and inside of some speech marks we want to say body velocity. Now you need to make sure you have a capital B and a capital V, because what this does is Roblox needs to know the item which we want to import, and so it has to be spelt correctly and has to have the capitals correct. So if they weren't correct, right, then it would throw an error at us because it doesn't know what to import. So now what we want to do is we want to let's have a look at a body velocity. Okay, and so a body velocity, there's a velocity property here. And so what we want to do is we want to first put this body velocity inside the player's humanoid root part. So we can say body velocity dot parent equals, and then we can say we actually need to find the person who has touched the brick. And so to do this, we just put hit here, and this returns the thing which touched the block. Okay, so hit is the thing which touched the block. So what we can say is hit dot parent dot humanoid root part. But the thing is, we need to make sure that the thing that's touching the part, we need to make sure that it's a human, right? So to do this, we can say if hit dot parent colon find first child open bracket, close bracket, and we want to put humanoid inside of some speech marks. So if there's a humanoid inside of the parent of the part, and because there's always going to be a humanoid inside of the player, so if there is one, then what we want to do is we want to then run the rest of the code, right? Because there's not going to be any other objects which don't have a humanoid in them, which are going to touch this part. Okay, there we go. Let's just turn the music back up. It had just gone for a moment, but it's back. Don't worry, it's back. So if the parent of the thing which touched the part, so the player model, has a humanoid inside of it, then we want to run this code, okay? But we also want to make sure that it doesn't run more than we actually need it to, right? Because it could insert tons of body velocities into our player because we keep touching it. So we need to add a debounce to help us with this. So to do this, we can just say local debounce outside of the event, debounce equals false. And what we're going to do, we're going to set this value to true whenever the block has been touched, okay? And we're also going to make it so that the code only works if this debounce is set to false, because if we touch the block, we're going to make it so it changes to true, so it can only run once. So when this has been touched, we can say debounce equals true, okay? But we also need another if statement, and the if statement we're going to have here is if not debounce, then, and at the end of the script we can just put another end in here, and we're just going to indent the code so that it looks a bit neater. So if debounce is equal to true, it's another way of saying if debounce is equal to true, because it's the opposite of what debounce is already. So if it's set to true, if it's set to false, then we want to set it to true, sorry. So if not true, then, so if it's false, we want to set it to true, so that once it checks again, it's not going to insert another body velocity, okay? And then what we want to do is we want to have a wait of maybe 3 seconds, and then we can set the debounce equal to false again. Now, let's just have a look at this in action. What we can do, we can spawn to this location by clicking on the arrow and clicking play here, and hopefully it will work. It might not work because it is live, some errors might occur, so we're just going to test it. We're going to jump onto the block, and there we go, we have got an error, and the error is humanoid root part is not a valid member of model. Alright, so it says that we don't have a humanoid root part, so we're going to debug this. And so we're going to check first to see if we have a humanoid root part, which we do. Alright, we're going to head back to our script. That's on line 7. So we're inserting a humanoid root part, and we're saying if the player has a humanoid, then we're inserting a body velocity, and we're setting the parent to hit.parent.humanoid root part. Okay, so what we can do to debug this script is we can print out what the hit is. Okay, so the hit is the object which touched the part. So we can do a check to see if there is actually something which hit the block. So we can say print hit. Okay, so we're going to print this out. Let's try it again. I'm going to click on play here. And what's going to happen down here in the output is it's going to print out the object which touched the block, okay? And so the object which touched it was the humanoid root part. So hit is currently set to the humanoid root part, okay? So what we can now do is we can print out hit.parent. Oh wait, so it's on line 8. Okay, that's okay. We can say print hit.parent. And what this is going to do is it's going to print out the object which the object which hit the part. It's going to print out the parent of that item. Okay, so we're just going to go. In fact, we should just click on play here. That would do it. Okay. And so it said that the thing which touched the parent is called AlvinBloxx. That's us. And it says humanoid root oh wow, I see what I've done. Can you guys see what I've done wrong? Let's see if anyone can spot what I have done wrong on this line. Try and spot what I've done. There is a simple mistake, and it's on this line. Can anyone spot it? Can anybody spot the error? Anyway, while we wait, let's give some shout outs. How you doing, OJ Gaming? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yep, and AlvinBloxx has spotted the error. The error is that I've spelt humanoid wrong. You can see here, humanoid. It should be humanoid. So we can set this to humanoid root part. And we've spelt it correctly this time. So let's try again. Click play here. And I'm going to jump onto the block. And you can see a body velocity has been inserted into my player. And we are now floating in the air. So we're waiting to float, but we can't move in midair. So what we want to do, we want to get rid of this body velocity. We want the script to remove it after a certain amount of time, so that we can move onto the next block, hopefully. So let's add a wait 10 seconds here. In fact, we can say wait 10. And in fact, no, we'll keep that as 3. And here we'll do a wait 5. And then we'll say body velocity : destroy. So after 5 seconds, our body velocity is going to be taken out of our player. Whoops, we spawned into a hole. There we go. So you can see here, 5 seconds time, the body velocity will be removed, and we'll be able to walk again. So now we want to change the actual force of this body velocity. So what we can do is, we've got this property here called velocity, and the more we change it, the stronger the force is, right? The faster we will go as well. So the faster we'll shoot up into the sky. So we want to change this, but we want to change it automatically. So can anyone guess how we're going to do that? Let me know in the chat. And while we just take this quick break, I'm going to read what you guys are saying in the chat. How about changing the jump power property? Yeah, you could do that, but we're experimenting. We're experimenting with body velocity. Manual reload says no automatic, only manual. Well, yeah, manual reload is up after me on the Roblox channel in about 15 minutes. He'll be playing some Roblox, so look out for that. Manual reload's on next. Roblox David says shout me out. How you doing, Roblox David? Welcome to the stream. And let's have a look. How do I do what you do? Well, you need to have the Roblox Studio program installed on your computer, and once you've done that, you can follow what we're doing. We did a stream yesterday. We were making the obstacle course, but if you want to know how to script on Roblox and create your own games, you can check out my channel. It's called AlvinBloxx, the same as you can see at the bottom of your screen. And what I do is I create scripting tutorials, which will help you to create a game, and you can use them, and you'll become a master of Roblox scripting. So what we want to do, we want to head to our script, and we want to change the velocity here. So we can say body velocity dot velocity equals vector3 dot new open bracket close bracket, and we say 0 50 0. So what this is going to do is it's going to change the y value, because we've got 3 numbers, x, y and z, and so we only want to change the y value because we only want to move upwards at the moment. So if we have a look at this again, we spawn to our location and we jump onto the yellow part. You can see that I've started to move up into the air, and soon the velocity is going to be removed and we're able to jump onto the next block. So let's just change this to 3 seconds maybe. We'll try that, because 5 seconds is a bit too much. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I think that's alright. We could maybe change the velocity to maybe 100 or 150, and we could change the time to 1.5 seconds. So you can see how we're experimenting here with different properties. And so if we jump onto the yellow block again, there we go, that's much better. So we get propelled up into the air, and then we can move on to the next block. So all we need to do now is we can delete this body velocity because we don't need it anymore, and we want to take the script and copy it with Control C, and then we're going to click on this block and press Control Alt V to paste it into this block, and then we can do the same thing with this block, and we could even duplicate this set of blocks now and just move them up so that we now have 6 different blocks which you can move on to. Alright, let's actually try this out now. We should be good to go with our next obstacle. So this one kind of slows you down compared to the other ones where you're moving quite fast. So up and up and up, and we're going to keep going until we're at the end. There we go. So we're here. So what you now need to do is you need to go on to the next obstacle. And we don't have any extra obstacles yet, so we're just going to jump off the edge of the world. Alright, so that is our first interactive obstacle. Now, because this has a D-bounce, what this means is that only one person can do it at a time. So one person will be able to go, and then you'll have a wait, and then the next person will be able to go, which is kind of cool because it's like a race. Only one person can go at one time, and if one person stops the other person from going, then it speeds them up and it gives more of a competition element, I think. So that is the body velocity obstacle. Thank you very much to AlvinBloxx for that suggestion. Remember guys, if you have any more suggestions for the obstacle course, let me know and I'll see if we can add them. But for now, I think we should take a little break from the Roblox development, and I think we should head back into a game of speedrun, see if we can get some more inspiration for some more obstacles. So while we wait for that, I'm going to read some of the chat. Let's have a look. Can you please tell me what happened to the Snowbot hat on Roblox? Well, I can't tell you that because I am only a streamer. I'm here on the Roblox channel, unfortunately. But there were some snow hats available in the Black Friday sale. I certainly know that. And there was one hat, a snowman beanie, like this one right here. And it was 50 Robux, and it was reduced from 500 Robux, which was a really good deal, and so that's why I decided to get it. Alright, so let's go and see what happens if we go in this portal. I don't think I should have gone into that portal. Okay, it wanted me to buy something. We're not going to do that. We're just going to skip a couple levels actually. Let's see how much it costs to skip a level. It's actually not a lot of Robux, only 25 Robux. Let me just buy some level skips so we can get past the levels we've already done. Alright. Shiriohain PT says, Alvin, I can't join. That's a shame. I only just joined the game, so you should be able to. Okay, so we're back onto the ice map here. Ooh, we didn't hit the speedy block. That's alright though. We will make sure to do it this time. And we're off. Okay, let's hope we don't die. Straight through the portal. And I'm back on my favourite level again. This is my favourite by far, definitely. Because you can go diagonally on it and you can still win. Alright, here we go. So, have any of you had any experience with Roblox Studio before? Have you made any of your own games? Or is it your first time watching this stream? Because a lot of people, they only play Roblox and they have no clue that you can make your own games on the platform and even make some money through the developer exchange. So a lot of people don't know that. Let me know in the live chat section, and I'll see what's up, see what you guys are thinking. Let's have a look. How do you make a live stream? Oh, well, you just need some live streaming software, and then you should be good to go. If you have a YouTube account, you should be all good. Are you trying to join but Roblox is upgrading? Yeah, you just gotta wait for it. Hopefully it will be worth it. it sure will be worth it. This is the sewage map we were talking about earlier, but we will be close to finishing it in a moment. Let's actually go in first person mode, see if it helps us. Maybe it will. You never know. Alright, here we go. In fact, let's stick to third person. I don't want to die. I don't want to risk it. Anyway, let's go through the portal. And we're at the volcano map, which we did earlier in the stream. So the block jumps are really popular. I think we should just stick to doing that in our obstacle course. What do you guys think? I think that would be a good idea. Alright, and we're going to jump. Jump. There we go. Okie doke. Right, on the final stretch here, pick up the token. And there we go. 3, 2, 1, completed. Pixel Zombie says, did you custom build or buy a pre-built computer? I built my computer with lots of different parts. It's much more fun, and you get to choose what goes into it, which is awesome. How you doing? Awesome. Enderman says he's in the game. Well, congratulations if you got into the game. You're one of few people who are able to get into the game. Oh, I keep dying on this skyscraper. I need to try and do that. I need to try and beat this course. I've done it before. In fact, I'm just going to skip this level, because there we go. Ooh, this is a new level, the beach map. I haven't done this map yet, but yep, it's just parts again, lots of different parts. I think people like to just jump on different parts. Keeps it nice and simple. So we should just add some part jumps in our game, in our obstacle course. And don't forget, guys, you can follow along with this live tutorial if you want. You don't have to have any paid software. Roblox Studio is free. If you've ever played a Roblox game, you should have the Roblox Studio downloaded onto your computer. You just need to search up Roblox Studio. Alright. So this will be our last core obstacle round, and then we will add a couple more obstacles to the game, and we should be finished for this stream, and then we'll hand over to manual reload. Not automatic, just manual. He'll be playing Roblox. I'm not sure what he'll be playing. You'll have to find out. Find out for yourself by watching him. Don't go anywhere. He's straight up after me. Alright. And I'm going to jump onto the ice. I thought this ice might make you a bit slippy, but no, it doesn't. You just slide along it. Oh no! Oh wait, can you climb up the wall? Maybe you can. Can you climb up? I'm dicing with death here. I don't think you can. All right, we're just gonna fall. We're just gonna fall to our death. All right. So let's wait for some people to get to our point. I don't think they actually are going to, because we're so far ahead after we skipped all of those levels. But it's alright, because we are going to complete this level once and for all. Come on. Okay, we're going to grab the token, and we're going to jump onto the ice. Jump, 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 and we're on to the final stretch now. This is where I died last time, but I'm not going to die now, because I'm at the finish. 3, 2, 1, boom, completed. Alright, we did it. Let's see, this is a nice course, but we're not going to be doing it because we're heading back into Roblox Studio now. There we go. So we're just going to add a couple more jumps to our obstacle course, and that will be it for today's stream. So have you enjoyed it? Have you enjoyed this live stream? Let me know in the chat if you want to see some more Roblox development live streams, because I know there's not many. A lot of the things you see on here are just gaming, but I like to make the games. I think it's really fun. Alright, let's just get a new part into the game here, and we're going to move it over here. Alright, and once we've done that, we're going to scale it, and we are going to do this, make it a bit thicker, and then we can just keep making a ton of these parts, changing the size as we go. I think that's an alright distance, and we'll make it a little bit wider, and we'll just keep spacing them out and duplicating as we go. Alright, we've got 4 here. We're going to select those 4 and duplicate, and get another 4, and duplicate them. And now we can use the paint bucket tool. You won't be able to see it, but I'm clicking the colour icon up here, and we're selecting different colours, and I'm just making the blocks multicoloured. Okay, we're going to go through yellow, and that looks great. Alright, we're finished. So we're going to just give that one some colour, and we will add a winner section. So this will be the winners area. Okay, and we're going to scale this to the width of the obby, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add, what should we add? I think we should add a part. Okay, and what's going to happen when you touch this winners part, you're going to go shooting into space like a rocket. And so to do this, we're going to use body velocity. So we're going to go get our script, which we used over here. Okay, we're going to take the script, just going to copy it. And that's a cool thing you can do with scripting. You can write it out once, and then you just need to copy and paste it wherever you want to use it again. And we're going to paste it into this part. What we're going to do is we're not going to destroy it. We're going to set the velocity to 5,000, okay? I'm going to set it to 5,000. In fact, let's set it to 10,000. This is going to be awesome. You're going to go straight into the sky. And what we'll also do is we will insert a bit of fire into the player so that they become a human rocket. Alright, so we're going to say local fire equals instance.new, open bracket, close bracket, like we did with the body velocity up here. And we're going to then have some quotation marks, and we can just put fire in these quotation marks, and then we need to put it inside of the player, so we can say fire.parent equals hit.parent.humanoid root part. Alright, this is going to be awesome. How you doing, Samuel Russo? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. He was on the stream yesterday, but he had to go and play saxophone. That's just a fun fact. And so we've got our velocity done. In fact, we're going to crank this up to 20,000. Alright, we are going to absolutely skyrocket into space here. So we're going to try out our obby. We're going to make sure